Sefer, tzedakah, and a thought. We're getting close to Rosh Hashanah, my dear friends. Next week, Friday night, Rosh Hashanah. But you know what? We already see it in the parsha of this week. This Shabbat we're going to be reading the Torah portion, Nitzavim and Vayelach. But let me focus on Nitzavim. Torah starts with the following words. Atem Nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Hashem Elokechem. You're all standing firm, as we spoke yesterday, in front of God, your God. Who? Roshechem, your head, Shiftechem, Ziknechem, Shetrechem, talking about the leadership, the elders, Koilish Yisrael, the whole Jewish nation. Goes on. Your children, your wives, your strangers, your converts, from the wood chopper to the water carrier. What's going to be? To pass in the covenant that God made with you and that we made with God. A covenant is a two-way street, obviously. What is the Torah telling us over here? Interesting. Parshas Nitzavim, this Torah portion, is always studied, read, the Shabbat before Rosh Hashanah. And our sages tell us why. Because it starts with the words, Atem Nitzavim Hayoim. You are standing today. Which day? When is this today? Every day is it today. And our sages tell us this refers to Hayoim Haras Olam. This is the day where we commemorate the creation of the world, which is on Rosh Hashanah. So the Torah says, Atem Nitzavim Hayoim. You are standing firm today. Who is you? All of you. And therefore, to enter the covenant. The Torah is telling us here a specific message. To be able to enter in the covenant with God. Specifically, before Rosh Hashanah. First and foremost, there has to be Atem. All of you. What are you doing? You are standing, but not just standing. You are standing together. From the leadership, Roshechem, from the heads of the people, the elders of the people, the leaders of the tribes, till the most simpleton, the one who is just a wood chopper, and the one he's just a water carrier. That doesn't have any great intellectual qualities, certainly doesn't have great fortunes. You can't become very wealthy from being a water carrier unless you have a water fountain and a water source and you develop a 2 billion natural water company. But that's not what the Chumash is talking about. He's talking about a simple guy who's schlepping on his shoulders 2 buckets of water to deliver some water to the people. Says the Torah that the head and this individual, we're all together. We're all man. Nitzavim hayoim, we're standing together. What can this togetherness, how can we be so together? There is a difference between the great scholar and the schlepper. Let's call him just like this. And I don't mean it in a negative term, but the one who is simply schlepping water, carrying water. There's a difference. There's the leadership and there's the simple person, the follower. How do we put it together? Interesting. If you count the words, we're going to see interesting. Roshechem, Shiftechem, Ziknechem, Shoitreitchem, Koilish Yisrael, Tapchem, Deshechem, V'gercho asher bekerev machanecho, Choyte v'tzecho, Shoiv mecho. 10. Description of 10 people. Telling us what? Minyan. A quorum of 10 people. By the way, you know that? If you're going to have 10 people like Moshe Rabbeinu, 9 people like Moshe Rabbeinu, you do not have a minyan. You cannot have the services, the quorum that needs 10. And if a most simple individual is going to walk in, he's going to make a minyan. They're equally counted. The Torah tells us over here, if we recognize that ultimately we're all one, ultimately we're all the same, by the essence of our being, by our soul, we're all the same, and we are willing to go out of our comfort zone to help somebody else, even someone who is, so to say, on a much lower level than I am, then comes Rosh Hashanah, God will do the same thing. God would also go out of his, quote, comfort zone and give us, deserving, less deserving, will give us, as we say, a good gebencht year, a wonderful ksiva, a wonderful new year. But we ask God, don't wait till Rosh Hashanah to give us a wonderful new year. Please make it today.